Research Talk on Practical Research 1, Week 3. This activity is headed by our very own Dr. Leonilo Basas Capulso, Chief Executive Officer of Beyond Books Publication located at Bacabebe, Pampanga. Before we start, let me share to you some of our house rules. First, please do not share the Google Meet code. Moderators will be validating the email of the participants. Second, use the same email address that you registered with us. If you will use a different email address, inform us immediately. Third, please mute your microphone during the webinar proper and turn it on during the open forum or if you have a question. Be polite, do not interrupt. If you wish to speak or have any points or motion, use the raise hand icon. The facilitator or host will recognize you and allow you to speak. Fourth, be prepared in case you experience any technical difficulties. In case of technical difficulties, leave the meeting room and rejoin the meeting. Fifth, we are live both in our YouTube channel, Beyond Books Publication TV, and Facebook page, Beyond Books Publication. Subscribe and follow to be updated on our research talk, 3 I's or inquiry, investigation, and immersion every Wednesday, and practical research 1. For now, today, we have the third week, but the regular schedule is every Friday. Feel free to share it to your friends and colleagues as well. If you have questions, please do not hesitate to email or contact us. You may contact us at Beyond Books Publication FB page, or you may also call and text 0933-5564-886 or 0956-130709. You may email us at beyondbookspublication2018@gmail.com. Okay, so let us now maximize the use of our chat box. You may state your location or schools where you belong in order to be recognized. But before that, let us now have a prayer and patriotic song through our audiovisual presentation.
aking puso at ikain kay kanda sa Pilipinas na aking bayan, lantay na perlas ng silanganan, wari na dito ng kayamanan ng may kapal. Ika'y sa'king talino sa mabuti lang laan, sa aking katutubo ang maging mapagmahal. Ako ay Pilipino, ako ay Pilipino, isang bansa, isang diwa ang minimithi ko. Sa bayan ko't bandila, laan buhay ko't diwa. Ako ay Pilipino, Pilipinong totoo. Ako ay Pilipino, ako ay Pilipino, taas noo kahit kanino, ang Pilipino ay ako.
Ma'am Sherry, naka-off po yung mic niyo po.
First naman.
Welcome to our research talk. I am sure our topic for tonight, designing research project and formulating research title, will be very helpful in making our research. Let us now hear a message from our practical research co-chair program, Dr. Ruhel L. Santiago from Gordon Heights National High School, Olongapo City. Sir Rio?
Good evening, Ma'am Sherry. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Opo.
Okay, so thank you. A pleasant evening to all the participants in Zoom meeting, those who are watching in our Facebook and YouTube Live all over the country, to our dear students, teachers, and research enthusiasts. In behalf of Beyond Books Publication, we would like to welcome you to this series of practical research talks. If I'm not mistaken, I think we are now on week 3 or session number 3. These research talks would not be possible without the initiative of our very energetic President, CEO of Beyond Books Publication, Dr. Lenilo B. Capulso, together with the technical working group. These sessions will help our dear students and teachers as well in writing and conducting their research paper that will address challenges in our community, especially in the field of education. For you to be updated in our next research talks, we are inviting you to follow us in Facebook and YouTube. Kindly follow and subscribe to Beyond Books Publication. As what Dr. Lino Capulso is emphasizing, we are not competing with the Department of Education, but rather we are just helping you, my dear students and teachers, to be more knowledgeable and be equipped with such skills needed in research writing. We hope that you will continue to watch us, Practical Research 1 every Friday, 6 to 7 p.m., and 3 Eyes every Wednesday, same time. It so happened that we have session of PR1 talk today because of adjustment we made for the International Research Conference held last April 8 to 10. Both of these sessions will help us to be more competent in writing research paper. So enjoy listening to the sharing of our competent speakers in every session, especially for this evening that our speaker is the PR1 session chairman. So just sit, relax, and learn a lot. Feel free to ask questions after the session if you have queries or clarification. With that, thank you and God bless. Happy researching.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rio. Yes, that is true. We are not competing, but we are collaborating in order for our learners to help them become more knowledgeable in terms of research. And now, it is my honor to introduce to you our resource speaker. Our resource speaker is a licensed professional teacher, a doctor of public administration, a lecturer and speaker, both local and international, a senior high school teacher teaching humanities and social sciences at Dr. Pablito B. Mendoza Senior High School, an instructor of various colleges in Bulacan, a freelance consultant for local government units, and also an advisor for thesis writers. Our research advisor took Bachelor of Arts in Political Science, where she graduated as silver medalist in 1997 at the National College of Business and Arts in Quezon City. She obtained her master's degree in public administration from Bulacan State University in 2012 and her Doctor of Public Administration at La Consolacion University Malolos, Bulacan in 2019. She was formerly the Vice President for Academic Affairs at Liceo de Pulilan Colleges. At present, she is working as a book author and currently connected with Beyond Book Publication. She is our program chair for research talks in practical research, organized by our very own Beyond Books publication. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome our resource speaker for tonight, Dr. Maria Teresita Herong Calapis. Let us all give her a virtual applause.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Ma'am Cherry, for that introduction. It was
Yes, ma'am.
so amazing to hear all those accomplishments that I have in my life for this 40 years, no? So thank you so much, Ma'am Cherry.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm very honored and blessed to be part of this collaborative discussion in Practical Research 1. And of course, I owe it a lot to Dr. Leonilo B. Capulso, our Beyond Books Publication CEO and President. Maraming salamat, Dr. Doy, for this opportunity. Okay? Thank you so much, Doc, for creating this group and also to my fellow teachers here on TR1. I believe that everybody here would agree that this group is composed of equally outstanding teachers in the Philippines. Okay, some of you I already met during our international events. Although it's online, I believe na everybody is really an outstanding teacher. Okay, so first, I just want to share these insights in terms of doing research. Since PR1 is an opening salvo for senior high in terms of doing research. Okay? I may say that before we go forward to the discussion every now and then, I may suggest to the teachers here that we need to put first the heart, our heart as teacher in teaching the research, so that our students also will feel how it is to be doing research. Kasi po, if ever now we just go and teach them immediately, parang my students, ako sasabihin ko na my students really say, pag research, mahirap. And I know that you guys will agree with me, because even in the graduate school, when doing research, kapag research subject na, I could say na during our time, parang it's huminto na yung mundo doon sa subject na yon. Especially if you are instructed to submit your final output. Okay, so let's do it slowly, because doing research has to be in a series of process. We should not be in a hurry na ituro agad lahat-lahat sa mga estudyante natin, but instead do it in a very subtle way that they will enjoy doing research in the future. Okay? So, I guess sa mga bata naman, I encourage you to really envelop yourself in research, no? Just do it in a normal way na mag-aaral kayo. Okay? So, because the teachers will really help you how to accomplish the different processes of research. Kaya nga po, this collaboration is very helpful for young researchers, and of course for teachers who are new in teaching research. Lalo na, siguro, everybody will agree na if you are not immersed and if you are not practicing doing research, it would be a little bit difficult for you to teach it. Kasi you can do it yourself, but making it simple for your students to understand might be a very big question. So let's have this collaborative a success to everyone, not only for teachers but for students also. So last 2 weeks, the PR1, in PR1, we already have 2 speakers. Okay, so let me share my screen for everybody. Okay, nakikita na po ba yung screen ko, Ma'am Cherry?
Ay, hindi pa po, ma'am. Has started screen sharing.
Okay.
Yes.
I hope na hindi kayo maiinip.
Nakita na po.
Anyway, nakita na. Okay,
Opo.
thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the last 2 weeks, we already have week 1, week 2. Because it takes us a long time already na i-discuss yung dalawang week. Shall we have a review or recall first what we have discussed the last time? So anyway, the objectives of this discussion would be the following. Okay? Design a research project related to daily life, especially in accordance with your strand or interest. Then you have formulate a research title. Okay? Construct justification or reasons for conducting the research. So we have 3 objectives to meet tonight. Okay? Okay. So let's have a recall first. Of course, during the week 1, we are introduced to the importance of research in our daily life. Okay? So, why is it na research now is the language of everybody. Huwag nating isipin si Senator Cynthia Villa. Walang ano yung research na yan. Okay? So let's have this importance of research in daily life. Of course, research aims for truth. If we want to know the truth behind everything that we hear, we see, okay, we read, we need to do research. Okay? Because when there is research, you can find evidences because of the data provided, the information provided. Okay? That's true research. Next, it improves the quality of human life. Because of research, we enjoyed now using this platform. Had it been there was no research in the world, we cannot have inventions. We cannot have this platform. We cannot do online classes. No? We cannot share our ideas online. We cannot communicate this time. No? Because we are divided already because of the pandemic. We cannot see each other face to face. So we need to do it online. Without research, wala sana tayong ganito ngayon. So we have to be thankful because research is there. Next, it saves life. Research can save lives. Look, the very best example is that because of research, no? We have to be thankful for our researchers na meron na tayong finally, we already have the vaccine, the COVID vaccine. Kahit hindi pa tayo ngayon sa atin, no? Hindi pa tayo na vaccinated, but there is hope that our life will continue. No?
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am Maria, Teresita.
Yes,
ma'am. Kindly maximize the screen. Please click the slideshow button.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Naka-slideshow na po?
Hindi pa po. Hindi pa po.
Hindi pa po.
Okay na po.
All right. So we are now in the different or the importance of research, number 2. Okay. Next is through research, we're able to gather necessary information that we need. Especially information to explain something, especially sa mga guro ngayon, information that we need in terms of how we can improve our teaching, the different pedagogies that needs to be enhanced because of this online platform. No? Next is through research, we're able to explore humanity. Okay? Humanity. Pag sinabing ganon, we understand the different people of the world. Why Western people are like this? Why Asian people are like this? Why we have different skin color? We understand that because we have now research. Okay? So those are the importance of research which was discussed in week 1. All right? Next is in week 2 and week 3, we have this discussion on the different characteristics, processes, and methods of doing research. All right. So for those who did not attend or were not able to attend the last 2 sessions, these are for you. Okay, the different characteristics of research. Research is systematic. No? As I mentioned a while ago, there's no shortcut. Everything in research needs to be in process or in a step-by-step process. They are interrelated processes. No? Next, research is objective. No? It should be based on truths. Hindi ka pwedeng gumawa-gawa lang dyan. It should be based on truths and avoid bias. No? Next, it should be feasible. When we speak of feasible, students, we are talking about the possibility that research can be implemented or can be conducted. Okay, example, practicality in terms of time, the budget, the people that you're going to talk with regarding your research.
Hello, ma'am.
That is,
Ma'am,
yes po.
nasa recall po yung iyong slide share presentation?
Yes po.
Okay po, ma'am. Thank you.
Welcome. Next, we have research is empirical. Meaning to say, there is a particular appropriate methods used to produce evidence-based information, which of course, verifiable. It can be verified using data. Okay? And the last one, research should be clear. Dapat maliwanag na maliwanag kung ano yung gusto mong sasaliksikin. Alright? It should be clear. The variable should be clarified at the beginning of your research. No, sa introduction pa lang, variable should be clarified. Okay, it should be explained well. Okay, later on you will have a further discussion on how the variable will be introduced in your research paper. Okay. Now, what is qualitative research? Ito na talaga yung discussion natin ngayon. No, according to several prominent qualitative scholars, research is intended to deeply explore and interpret social phenomena within its natural setting. Okay? So, ano po ba ang ibig sabihin nito? Okay? Because for everybody, I have students here. No, most of the participants sa school na nakikita ko are my students. So I'm doing it this way para maintindihan ng maayos ang mga estudyante ko. Okay, so qualitative research is intended to deeply explore, understand, and interpret social phenomena within its natural setting. Okay, when we speak of exploring, understanding, and interpreting social phenomena, okay, meaning the researcher in using qualitative research, guys, is working on an exploratory type of research. It is for sure, okay, for the reason that this type of qualitative research is intended to do or deepen your understanding on the phenomena and interpreting phenomena as well. So, ibig sabihin, exploratory po ito. Why exploratory? Because we need to ask many questions when we do or we use research or quantitative research. We use the many questions like how, why, okay, the how and why. Okay, because this question will lead us to different information that will be reflected by the researcher. Okay, so we explore the different complexities. So in exploring, we use how and why. No, not only what, where, and when. Okay, so yan yung qualitative research. Bakit sinasabi ito ni ma'am? Kasi nga, we are going to design a research project using qualitative research. Tama ba? Okay, because this is PR1. So everybody will design, or our students will design qualitative research using qualitative research in their first research paper, no? Para sa output nila. Okay. Now, in order for us to understand the different qualitative research design, here are the 5 according to second edition Sage Publication Incorporation or Incorporated. First, we have the narrative research. Ito yung unang design sa qualitative research. Okay? So, when we speak of, anyway, hindi pa pala tayo. We skip one slide. Anyway, so, when we speak of qualitative research here, okay, bago tayo pumunta sa different design that we will be using somehow, I want you to know that in qualitative research, these are the means of how we can gather data. No? Remember the question how and why? So we are going to pose that question how and why in the beginning. So in order for us to answer that how and why in the topic that we selected or that we are interested to explore, we can use this. No? These are the ways that we can use in doing a qualitative research. 1, interviews. Ayan. So, participant and non-participant observation, notes, focus group discussion, document analysis, and a number of other methods in data collection. Kasi ngayon meron ng mamaraan yung data collection, especially in this time of pandemic. No, we cannot go out to conduct face-to-face interview. Okay, so meron ng mga ginagawang pamamaraan dito in other methods of data. Okay, so when using interview, remember this. Kung maalala ninyo yung sinasabi, I don't know if it's the first or the second speaker who may mention this na yung sa ethics of conducting ethics, okay? Conducting research, the ethics of conducting research. When you conduct interviews, it is just right and proper to inform the person or the individual that you're going to ask question ahead of time. And definitely, para wala tayong pagutan sa huli, there must be an agreement between the researcher and the individual that you're going to interview through a confidentiality agreement. So you write a letter ahead of time, inform him or her that you're going to conduct, or she or he select a participant of your study, send a letter first together with siguro an advanced copy of the questions that you're going to ask during the interview. No? So, pwede kasing yung iba ngayon, instead of them to have this online interview or ano nila, parang nagre-record na mismo sila ng kanilang mga sagot, then they send it to the researcher. No? Kasi para mas madali sa kanila, meron kasing mga ini-interview na they more convenient to them na i-record na lang instead na mag-online meet, no? Sa ngayon yan sa ngayon. Pag face-to-face naman, meron mga participant tayo na medyo hindi sila ano masyado sa tao. But they are willing to participate in your study. However, gusto lang nila yung ipapadala na lang nila through yung iba parang sinusulat nila yung mga sagot nila and they send it to the researcher. So it's better of you to prepare your interview questions. You have to have your send it in advance. Okay? Then in terms of observation, in terms of observation in a qualitative research, dito pumapasok yon. In order for you to observe a certain people or an individual, it happens na because I've done one time a qualitative research, I really have to immerse myself in those group of people that that I selected as my participant. No, I immersed there for 1 month in order for me to observe them from morning till night, then the next morning, to observe the different activities of these people. Kaya yung observation dito, medyo, ano to ngayon? How can we observe? No? Meron naman, anyway, meron ng mga observation siguro na ginagawa sa mga clinical study ngayon. They do yung mga observation, research to medicine, ang mga gumagawa talaga are person na may kinalaman sa medisina kasi nandun sila sa loob. No? And then, we have, okay, when you are in the field notes, mahalaga po ito kasi dito nanggagaling lahat yung mga data mo na sasagot sa'yo in the future. Okay, the focus group discussion. Of course, if you want to validate an information, kasi medyo hindi ka pa confident doon sa narinig mo, nakita mo, it's better of you to validate through a focus group discussion. No? Let all this part of your group of people na magkaano kayo sa isang pagpupulong 15 person, ganyan, kaya mo na i-accommodate, then you can have a focus group discussion. Okay, next is your document analysis. Okay, ito naman, most of this ay ginagamit yung mga may kinalaman doon sa historical research. No? You need to analyze. No? You go to, dati, pag nung panahon na pwede ka pang lumabas, you can go to the National Library, research or read books there, document. You can ask compilation of records from a particular group, kung sino man sila. Kung iyan ay mga related sa mga IPs, yung mga indigenous people, you can ask also yung NCI, yung National Historical Commission, yung ganon. So that you can have a solid evidence that should be analyzed, no? Kung ano yung ibig sabihin sa kanila ito. And of course, other methods of data collection. Now, next is our narrative. Ito na. Different designs we use in doing research. Kasi nga, we might be teaching different strand. Tama po ba? So may mga iba't ibang strand ang hawak natin as teachers. Meron tayong STEM, UMS, ABM, TVL. So it's better of them to really have a small, a bit of everything when we speak of doing research. Kasi yung design na to, hindi dapat siya na nakastick ka lang doon. O lahat kayo, gumawa kayo, phenomenological lang ha. O lahat kayo, grounded theory. Yung mga ganon. Naririnig ng bata yun, ano ba yun? So, when we speak of narrative research, it's very simple that we are going to narrate, from the word narrate, describe, yung mga descriptive narrative natin. No? We, as researcher here, you are interested in both method and phenomena. Okay, in both method and phenomena. When we speak of narrative research, laging sinasabi na narration. So, the word is narrative, narration. So, in layman's term, siguro ito yung para mabilis intindihan. These are, or this started with a lived experiences of people told by an individual. Or maybe that person himself. So, yung mga tinitingnan natin parang autobiography, no? Autobiography or biographies. Okay? This will shows the different stages of life and development of an individual. And that different stages of life ng tao, it shows different experiences. Kung ano man yung topic natin na pinili natin and we want to use narrative research. Halimbawa, ang topic natin sabihin ay ang kanyang profession. No? So, we want to know a first-hand information to that individual. So, meron siyang autobiography. So, from that autobiography, you'll find out the different experiences that pass through in her life or in his life na you can have it as your foundation doon sa phenomena na hinahanap mo. So, professional ang gusto mo makita sa kanya. Now, sinasabi siyang method and phenomena because yung sinabi nating stages of life, those lived experiences of that individual can be or can become the phenomena as lalagyan kasi natin yun kung we are going to give meaning to that experiences of that individual. Kung ano man yun, it becomes a phenomena in the life of that individual. So, in a narrative research, the researcher, no, ang suggestion dito is 1 to 2 individual yung iyong magiging participant. Okay? So, after you have this, you have chosen your participant, you have to do series of, interviews. Then, analyze it. And you can find out, makikita nyo yung ano ba yung nangyari sa kanya bilang professional where he or she is now. Okay? So, tandaan natin, narrative research. Next is the phenomenology research. Right? Kapag sinabi natin phenomenology research, okay, kanina 1 to 2 individual only is considered, no, ng researcher. Bilis niyang ang kanyang narrative analysis. This time, kung kanina we just want to know the different stages and development of that individual in a particular subject that you want, this time we will choose several individual having a common lived experiences in a certain phenomena. Okay? Halimbawa po, sa ngayon po yung mga COVID patient, yung mga gumaling na sa kanilang pagkakasakit ng COVID. Okay? We can use them as subject for phenomenological studies, understanding their lived experiences in on how they pass through, paano sila nakipaglaban doon sa sakit. Kasi yung iba naman nawala na, no? Nagkasakit. Nung nakarang linggo, kausap mo pa. Nagka-COVID, nakabalitaan mo lang. Wala na siya. Di ba ganon? And itong mga survivor natin, they can be best subject for phenomenological studies in terms of their experiences as patient in a doon sa ICU, yung mga ganyan. No, masarap siguro silang kausap. No? We can have a good conversation for this, pero wag naman na kalalabas lang nila, no? So, we are going to use several individuals to be subject for a phenomenological research study, and these different individuals has a common experience. So, yun yung sinasabi ko kanina na pare-pareho silang mga survivor. Okay? So, next is the grounded theory research. Okay. So, pag sinabing grounded theory research, we want to produce a research or we want to generate a new theory. No? Yung makabago. Kagaya nun. Ang example natin ay mga COVID survivor. So, from the different experiences that they share and you analyze, doon papasok yung can we draw a new theory? Kasi may mga patterns and themes yun. No? And these patterns and themes can be used as a new framework that can be the foundation of a new theory in terms of siguro yung mga yung kanilang pamamaraan of surviving from the disease, no? Sila ba ay mga naninigarilyo o sila yung mga healthy living people? Isa pa yan, isang pattern, isang ano na yan. So, from that phenomenological research, papasok ngayon yung grounded theory research, no? So, bali doon, yung mga commonly shared experiences nila kasi, it can be your subject for a formulating a new framework wherein grounded theory now emerge. Okay, next, ethnographic. Okay, so laging sinasabi natin na when we speak of ethnographic research, we are talking or we will be dealing with the shared beliefs, cultures, and the shared beliefs, the shared patterns, and culture of an individual. Okay. For students, anak, when we speak of ethnographic research, hindi ibig sabihin na ethnographic kasi ang mga subject pala nila ay mga ITAS. Kasi ethnic no? Ethnographic. Okay, when we speak of ethnographic research, we are not only dealing with indigenous people. We are dealing with a group of people, no? Having the same patterns, no? They have the same languages. They have the same beliefs. They have the same culture. Ethnographic research. Pwede nating sabihin na we can use ethnographic research design in kung ang research natin has something to do with teachers, no? Yung mga karanasan ng mga guro. Kung ikaw ay isang guro, gagamitin mo to, you are already immersed with the culture of the teachers, the language of the teachers. So a group of teachers is already a subject for an ethnographic research. Kung yan naman ay mga, limbawa yung mga nasa call center, no? Isa din yan, isang grupo din yan. That can be a subject of an ethnographic research. Hindi lang po yung mga indigenous people ang pwedeng gamitin ang ethnographic research. In understanding culture, no? Because it can be a group of people sharing the same beliefs, the same patterns, the same culture, the same language. Okay? So, itong ethnographic research na to, dito pumapasok yung talaga you have to immerse, or there is immersion by a researcher for them. Kung hindi ka naman, halimbawa, pinag-aaralan mo yung mga buhay-buhay ng guro and you are not a teacher, you have to immerse first yourself. Kaya nga yung mga nagsasabi ng walang ginagawa ang mga guro, they have to immerse themselves first so that they will understand the life of a teacher from dusk to dawn. Okay? Next, the number 5, we have case study. Okay, pag sinabing case study, kaso na agad. Okay, when we speak of case study, we are studying an issue of an entire sharing group. So we are dealing with an issue. Ginagamit ito, no? Because it starts with a problem. May problema muna. That's why, if you want to use case study, you have to identify first the problem. No, what's really the problem? Because the purpose of this study is for you to provide a solution to a certain problem. Kaya nga yung mga unang kaso ng COVID, sila yung ginamit para malaman kung ano ba talaga yung naging yung sistema o yung sakit na yon, no? Nanggaling sa China, paano po ba siya? No, there is a case study done by people in the medical field in order for them to re-understand COVID-19, no? How it can be spread. Kaya kung naalala nyo noon, dahil bago pa lang, nagkaroon ng mga, wala pa masyadong pag-aaral kung paano ma-transfer yung virus. Naalala nyo, hindi lang mag-shield, no? Gumawa pa ng mga barrier sa mga motor, yung mga magkaangkas. Di ba? Nawala lang din yon kasi hindi pala ganon. No? Hindi pala ganon. So, case study, research. I hope that you are still there. Now, this slide will tell us the different characteristics of the 5 qualitative research design that we can use in doing or when using qualitative research. Again, you have narrative, phenomenological study, you have your grounded theory, you have your ethnological or ethnography, and the last one is case study. No? Ito yung pinaka-basic, no? 5 basic qualitative design. So, in order for us to better understand, let's have this, how each design, okay, in terms of their focus. So, when you speak of narrative, you have to explore individual life. So, sinabi ni Ma'am Yan kanina na exploring an individual life, parang yung kanyang buhay, no? Buhay-buhay niya. 1 to 2 person for you to compare, no? How they live their life. Next, phenomenology, you have to understand the essence. How important, how valuable are the experiences of this individual, no? Then you have grounded theory, okay? Then you have here describing and interpreting culture sharing group. Okay, may paalala si Ma'am kanina na hindi ibig sabihin pag ethnography, mga indigenous people lang ito o mga Aita lang, mga bilaan, mga ganon. No, it's about a culture sharing group. A group of teachers, a group of engineers, a group of researchers. These are culture sharing group. Next, developing an in-depth description. Okay, so when we speak of case study, sinabi ni Ma'am kanina, you try to analyze deeper the description of a case or multiple cases. Then, what should be the type of problem when you are using narrative? Okay, needing to tell stories of an individual experiences. As I've said, merong autobiography and biography, yung mga ganon. You can analyze this. Next, phenomenology. you have needing to describe essence of lived phenomenon. Then you have grounding a theory in the views of participants. In here, sinasabi ko nga kanina na the different experiences that the participants is sharing to you would be your subject for interpretation. And from that, makakagawa ka po nito. No? A new framework. Then describing and interpreting the shared patterns or culture of a group. So here in ethnography, you are going to describe and interpret. So doon sa problem mo, yun ang titingnan natin. Then the case study, you have to provide an in-depth understanding of a case or cases. Now, how about the discipline background? Ano po yung gagawin natin dito? So narrative, drawing from the humanities including anthropology, literature, history, psychology, and sociology. No? Next, in phenomenology, you have drawing from philosophy, psychology, and education. So ito yung mga background discipline nito. Drawing from sociology, itong grounded theory. Next is ethnography from anthropology and sociology. Okay? Next, drawing from a case study can be from psychology, law, political science, and medicine. Okay. In terms of unit of analysis, the narrative has this. Ito yung binanggit paulit-ulit ni ma'am. One or more individual. Then in phenomenology, you can have several individuals that have shared the same experiences. Then the next is grounded. You have to study the process, action, and interaction involving many individuals. Kita nyo, parang add lang tayo. No? Nagdadagdag lang ng number of participants sa researcher. In ethnography, it's a group now sharing the same culture. And then this one, the case study, you have there the event, studying an event, a program, and more one individual. Next, in terms of data collection, how do we collect data from a narrative? Using primarily interviews and documents. Interviews and documents. Kaya nga ang sabi natin kanina, yung autobiography and biography can be used. The next one, you have to use interviews. No? Interviews. Observation. And art may also be considered. No? Yung mga magaling mag-interpret na mga arts. No? You can use that. Then, in grounded theory, you can dumadami-dami na 20 to 60 individual. Okay? As part of your participants. Using primarily observation and interviews. Okay? Collecting other sources during extended time in the field. Kaya sinasabi niyo kanina, this has to do with the immersion. No, nag-i-immerse ang researcher nito. It really takes time. Kaya nga for students to use ethnographic research design, senior high, it's not possible. Kasi it really has to requires time, and at the same time, money. Okay? Marami po itong medyo magastos, no? Next is the case study, multiple sources, interviews, observation, documents, and artifacts. Okay, kanina sinabi nga na yung example ko na kapag COVID patient ka, yung ganon, yung experiences, how you overcome and survive from the disease. So you can have documents kung ano ba yung siguro yung medical abstracts ng patient na yon, yung medical history niya. Pwede mo yun gawing basis for your analysis. Next, data analysis strategies. Pag narrative, you have here case stories, restoring the stories. Ibig sabihin, from the autobiography and biography of the individual, you are going now to restoring the person's life according to the developed themes and patterns, no? Using maybe in chronological order of the events in the life of that particular person. Next, analyzing data for significant statement, meaning making units. Okay? Then, the data sa grounded theory, ito yung medyo using open coding, ASHAL coding, and selective coding. Ito yung mga, okay, tinuturo natin yung how to code and make themes sa practical research 1, no? Ito yung buhay ng practical research 1, yung pagpo-code natin, no? Analyzing data through description of culture sharing, no? Descriptive. Analyzing data through a description of the case and themes. So, in terms of written report, how do we write the report using narrative? Okay? You have developing a narrative about the stories of an individual. Phenomenological, you are going to describe the essence. Gaano kahalaga the experience of that particular person, no, in your research. Okay? Next is generating theory illustrated in figure. Yung kanina, the information, the themes that you develop will now be put into figure. Describing how a culture sharing groups work. Then developing analysis of one or more cases. That is one, okay, this is the way that how you write your written report. Now, the general structure, okay, meron to, syempre, it started with an introduction where you have your problem, your question, all of the 5 types of research design started with a problem. Okay, next is the research procedure. All of the 5 research design here has a research procedure na nilagay. Then, ayan, narrative segment, okay, identify patterns and meanings, okay, and so on and so forth. So, siguro you are already given now, or you have now the background of the different qualitative research design that you can use when you make or you write your research project. Okay? Now, how, okay? Kasi nga, medyo hindi pa tayo ganun ka maalam. No? May mga bata na nauuna pa nilang mabasa yung quantitative kaysa qualitative. No? May ganun eh. Mas madali daw kasi, naririnig na nila agad, madaling gumawa ng, ng quantitative. Mahirap yung qualitative. Okay? Ganun agad. So, let's have here a difference, no, between quantity and qualitative. Ayan, nakita nyo, diniscuss yan kanina, the question domains, qualitative, how, what, and why. Okay, sample size, when you speak of quantitative students, it has to be, your respondents must be 150 to 200 plus, while your qualitative research here 10 to 15. Anyway, the sample size, depende naman yan how big is your population in quantitative research. Okay? Contact time, in quantitative research, mabilis na mabilis, 10 to 20 minutes. However, in qualitative research, merong 45 to 240 minutes each of your participants. Okay? Again, participants in qualitative research. Kung mapapansin niyo, 240 minutes or more, especially yung ethnographic research design. Okay, the validity you have here must be true of most of the data. Okay? Must be true of each case or ethnographic or case-oriented data. Okay, so merong validity na sinasabi between quantitative and qualitative, merong magkaiba din sila. Then you have variables. Wait lang. When you speak of variables, define when you use quantitative, the relationship, and establish a general, hindi ko siya ano. Okay. Next is, okay, you have here the outliers. Ano po ba ibig sabihin nito? Okay, pasensya na kayo, nagluloko po yung ano ha. Okay. The outliers now in quantitative research, unique position lost to the weight of the average, valuable descriptive cases with unique access to average cases. Then in terms of their examples, yan, they quantitative, they use surveys, numerical count, statistical analysis, mathematical modeling, interviews, literature, content, reviews, real-world observation, and case studies, ethnographies. Okay. Now, malapit na tayo doon sa paano tayo gagawa talaga ng research title, no? Bago tayo pupunta doon, let's have these different characteristics of an effective research title or an effective title. Okay, and indicate accurately the subject and the scope of the study. Okay, so in your title, the subject should be clear. Okay, and the parameter of your study. Avoid using abbreviations. For students here, you need to avoid using abbreviation. Pag sinabi nga, avoid, iwasan talaga. Hindi yung meron talagang meron pang gustong maigsi lang kasi may bilang daw yung letra. No, hindi ganon. So, avoid using abbreviation. Use words that create a positive impression and stimulate readers' interest. Okay, in the beginning of our paper, our reader would be interested to read if hindi negative agad yung makikita, no, na word. No? Kaya we have to decide, really have to decide very well in constructing our title. Kasi that is the window to your paper. No? Pag hindi mo ma-capture no, yung interest of your reader because of the title, they will not mind to read. No? Use current nomenclature from the field of study. Identify key variables, both dependent and independent. Okay? So, kailangan there is a clear identification of your variables that you are going to explore. May reveal how the paper will be organized. So from the very beginning, the words that you're going to use will already give your reader a clue what how your paper will be organized. No? Suggest relationship between variables which supports the major hypothesis. Okay, these characteristics is not only for ito ay para sa quanti. Okay? Your title is limited to 10 to 15 substantive words or not more than 21 words. Do not include study of, analysis of, or similar constructions because it is already redundant to use. Because your research is already a study and your research is already an analysis of a phenomenon. Okay? So, do not include this. Kaya may mga study na, mga research paper na the study of ganon agad. Okay, the research is already a study. So, it becomes redundant. Titles are usually in a form of phrase but can also be in a form of question. So, kung mapapansin natin, sa mga qualitative research, merong mga in a form of question. Huh? Okay, next. Use correct grammar and capitalization with all first words and last words are capitalized. Okay, including the first word of a subtitle All nouns, pronouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs that appear between the first and the last word of the title are capitalized. Kaya nga, pagka nagpipresent po yung mga bata, meron po tayo sa rubrics natin, sa research title, yung mga ito, yung capitalization, then words, okay? So, tinitingnan po natin if they met what is necessary. Then in academic papers, rarely is a title followed by an exclamation mark. However, a title or subtitle can be in a form of a question. Okay? Next. Ito yung mga pwede nating okay, sample titles tayo, no? Na pwede nating i-explore this time. Okay? COVID-19 pandemic and the basic education. Okay, pwede natin siyang gawin, no? The rise of domestic violence. Naririnig natin na there is an increase of domestic violence during ECQ. Siguro napupuno na masyado yung mga tao sa loob ng bahay. Medyo mainit ang ulo, no? Naging violente sila. Then, the social isolation of COVID-19 patients. What are their experiences? Ito, mga ito, they can, pwedeng number 3, pwedeng gamitin ang phenomenological study. Qualitative analysis of the impact of lifestyle habits on patients suffering from COVID-19. Okay? Yan, pwede siyang case study. Rethinking the working environment as work from home emerge. Oh, this one, for teachers, pwede siyang gawin. Rethinking the working environment of teachers as work from home. Okay? So you're going to review the previous routines of teachers in going to school. No, araw-araw hanggang sa pag-uwi niya. And now, you're going to have your day routine of teachers during the school year. Understanding management change in time of the new normal. Okay? Experiences of teachers during the new normal in education. Parents' participation in different modalities of education. Okay, wrong spelling pa yung COVID-19 vaccination program and its implementation. Okay? So, these are some of the titles na we can explore, no, for both students and teachers here. Yung mga na you can improve this na in your own geographical setting. Next. Okay. This will be the next objective. How do we write our rationale? Okay. When we speak of the rationale, it is the background of the study. Okay. The justification of doing the research must be, okay, from the existing literature. Dito, when we write the rationale, it is always right and proper to thoroughly review literatures, no, as many as you can, which are related or interrelated with each other. You know, reading a lot of literature not only help us learn, no, pero in doing research, it will give us a very solid foundation for us to see the gap, no? We should not limit. Kaya nga sa graduate school, pag master, sinasabi na at least 150, mga ganun, literatures. Kaya nga from the beginning pa lang, when you write, or before you write, you have to read literatures already, na siya namang inaayawan ng marami. Kasi nga, lalo na pag you are not, hindi naman masyadong mahilig sa pagbabasa, it is already a burden for a researcher. However, if you will find the value na bakit mo kailangan yun, at malalaman mo na the many literature you read, that makes you, as a researcher, have a thorough understanding of everything that you want to explore, then better. No? So, this starts with your introduction, no? In the introductory section of your paper, which highlight the gaps. Okay? that has not been addressed or are yet to be understood. This will help set up the need for current study and thus justify the need for research. Okay, so kung ganyan ang sasabihin natin, parang ang hirap naman intindihin, ano? So for students, ito po yung ginawa ko. For us to really, para to simplify yung sinabing how to write the rationale, no, of our research paper. Okay, I'm going to give you an example here. There is a path or yung sinabi naming TIOC approach, no? The TIOC approach. T for trends, I for issue or issues, O for objectives, and C for contributions, no? So in your rationale, if you have this pattern, you have your trends. In your trends, you can have, okay, dito sinasabi na alala nyo na your variable must be clear, no? So dito, you have to describe very well the variable that you're going to explore in your study under trends. Okay? So it can be 2 or mga 2 to 3 paragraphs, no? As long as it is already solid in describing your variable. So you have your trends. Okay? So because this is a phenomenological study or live experiences of nurses, so ang inano nila dito, the trends here is about the coronavirus. They describe the variable, okay? And then yung status na nilagay. Okay? So, very well, nakalagay dyan. Then the next one is the issue. Ano ba ang gaps they find, the nurses find, okay, in battling COVID-19? So nilagay nila dyan, excessive number of cases and our healthcare systems are being challenged. Lack of hospital capacity, insufficient number. Yan yung mga issues that they describe in their research. So ito ay nasa rational, no? Then you have here objective. Okay, the objective will answer or will give us reasons why you want to conduct the study, no? The objective. So here, nakalagay, no? Nababasa nyo naman. So this is the objective. And the last one is the contribution. In your study, bakit nyo gagawin ito? Anong dahilan? Kasi it can be a source of information. Kasi nga there is, nagkaroon ng COVID-19, wala pa po ganun kadaming literature that discusses the topic. So this one is an additional literature. No? Nakakatulong siya as part of additional literature, no? Na mga experiences ng mga nurses in handling COVID patients. Okay? So, I hope na na-share ni Ma'am ang dapat i-share ngayong gabi, no? Regarding designing your research project, how to write research title, and how you are going to justify or write your rationale of the research study. Okay? Thank you very much po.
Thank you very much, Dr. Teresita Calapis, for that very informative talk on designing research project and formulating research title. Indeed, everything in research has no shortcut. They are all in process and interrelated. With your discussion, Madam, I am sure our learners have enriched their knowledge on how to design a research project related to daily life. Participants are now more knowledgeable in formulating a research title and are more enlightened on how to construct justification and reasons for conducting the research. We are truly grateful for that, Madam. Let us now entertain some questions and clarifications. But before that, I would like to acknowledge our participants from our FB Live. We have Pangasinan State University, Bayambang Campus, Samar National High School, Antonio Luna High School of SDO, Caloocan, San Matias National High School, Negros Oriental State University, Gilhulngan. And of course, in our Zoom meeting, we have many students from Dr. Pablito B. Mendoza Senior High School. To our dear participants, thank you. Thank you very much for following Beyond Books Publication FB Live and YouTube channel Beyond Books Publication TV. Do we have some questions for today's webinar? Allow me to visit the box. Yes? Rhea Clarice? Do you have some question? You can now
Wala,
open your microphone if you have some questions.
wala po, ma'am.
There is none? Yes, Madam Teresita has explained his talk, his lesson, very clear. Okay, if none, let us thank Dr. Teresita Herong Calapis for sharing her knowledge with us. Let us
Thank you
all
po.
give her a virtual applause.
Thank you po.
Thank you po, ma'am.
Thank you po.
May we now call Dr. Myra Flores for the presentation of Certificate of Recognition. Allow me to read. This Certificate of Recognition is presented to Dr. Maria Teresita G. Calapis for being the resource speaker during the Beyond Books publication Research Talks for Practical Research 1 with the theme Design a Research Project and Formulating Research Title via Zoom, given this 12th day of April 2021. Signed, Dr. Leonilo Basas Capulso, Chief Executive Officer of Beyond Books Publication.
Thank you so much po, Ma'am Cherry. Thank you so much, Doc Doy. Thank you so much, students and other participants here. I hope that I share something to you tonight.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much, Dr. Myra Flores. The evaluation link for today's webinar will be posted in the chat box. Kindly answer the evaluation link in order to receive certificate of participation for this webinar. Let us now hear a message from our very own Dr. Leonilo Basas Capulso, Chief Executive Officer of Beyond Books Publication, for his remarks. Sir Doy? Sir Leonilo? Okay, the evaluation link is already posted in our chat box. While waiting for Sir Leonilo for his opening remarks, everyone, I am asking for your consent to allow us to post your pictures. Kindly open your camera in order for us to have a pictorial for documentation purposes. Okay. Sir Leonilo, are you here already? Okay, one more time. Marami pa. Okay, next.
Oh, okay. Ma'am Cherry
Yes,
of
ma'am.
Dr. Renilo, I'll be the one to make the closing remarks, of course. So maraming salamat sa mga nandito. Okay, for students and teachers, we are inviting you to follow us on the Facebook page and of course in our YT. Okay, we have new books published for teachers here na gusto mag-avail ng books. We have new books in III or inquiries, okay? Investigation and immersion. We also have practical research books, PR1 and PR2. Some of the authors are here tonight, okay? So for those interested individual, you can contact Books Publication for the copy of the books. Okay, you have international journal, newly published one. Okay, and for those interested teachers and researchers present tonight, if you want to be your research to be published, you can also contact Beyond Books Publication. Okay, through or you can have message us or message Beyond Publication through FB page. Okay po. So I hope, okay, sa closing remarks ko, maraming salamat. Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, because I've seen here some people or participants coming from Mindanao and Visayas. Thank you so much for for the support you extended to Beyond Books Publication Research Talks, which is done every week, no? Para po makatulong, hindi po ito kung ano pa man, pero ito ay para makatulong both sa mga mag-aaral at mga guro na nagtuturo ng research. So, God bless us all and thank you so much from Beyond Books Publication of course, yours truly. I am also very thankful for the technical working group, of course, to Sir or Doc Rio Santiago, the co-chair of PR1. Of course, my facilitator, Ma'am Cherry, you've done a very great job tonight. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being the best facilitator tonight. Of course, to the students, participants here, my students at Dr. Pablito B. Mendoza Senior High School. I'm very proud that you are present here in the discussion. Thank you so much, my dear students. And of course, to the rest of the participants, maraming salamat. Padayon tayong lahat.
Thank you
Thank you
very
po, ma'am.
much, Ma'am Teresita.
Thank you po.
Okay, so that ends our webinar for today. Thank you very much, dear participants, for attending this webinar. Good evening.
Congratulations po sa lahat. Dr. Teresita, congratulations po. Ma'am Sherry, congratulations po.
Thank you, sir. At
And
thank
to
you,
the rest
Doc.
of technical working group, Doc Leonilo, thank you po.
Thank you po,
Okay, I
ma'am.
forgot
Thank you
to
so much
make
po.
mention of Ma'am Doc
Thank you
Myra
po.
and Sir Jaden. Salamat po sa inyong
Doc
dalawa
Mai,
po.
Sir Javen, congratulations and thank you po.
Thank you so much po.
Yes? Hello po. Ma'am.
Opo, salamat po ulit, Doc. Salamat po sa chance na to. Salamat po.
Nakaraos tayo,
God
ma'am.
bless you po.
Shoutout po sa mga co-teachers ko from Gordon Heights National High School. Hindi ko alam po nandyan pa po sila from Olonga po. Hello po sa inyo.
Ma'am, ask ko lang po, ma'am. May question lang po ako.
Opo.
Ma'am, ma'am, sa i-fill up po na form, webinar, ayaw pong maklik. Lagi po siyang bumabalik lang po dun sa mga sa chat box po.
Is it about the evaluation? Nathaniel?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay
Yes
naman
po.
siya, ma'am. Naklik ko naman po. Hindi kaya anak mahina lang yung iyong signal?
Sige po, try ko po ulit, ma'am.
Okay. Anak,
Sige po,
i-quit mo ha. Yung evaluation link, screenshot mo. Screenshot mo, anak, para may copy ka, no?
Yes po, sige po, ma'am.
Okay,
Copy
okay.
po.
Pero
Thank you po.
na-open ko naman. Okay, sige, anak.
Sige po. Try ko po ulit. Thank you
Okay.
po.
Okay, okay.
Ma'am Teresita, mag-leave na po ako
Okay po, sige po, Doc Rio.
Doc, ano po ulit,
Magandang gabi po.
congratulations po. Magandang gabi. Ma'am Sherry, congratulations po ulit. And thank you po.
Sir, thank you.
Sige po. Mag-leave na po ako. God bless po.
God bless you too, sir.
Ma'am Cherry,
Yes,
baka
ma'am.
pwede na tayong mag-leave. Andiyan naman yata sila, Doc Myra.
Tsaka ma'am, nagpaalam naman na po tayo na it has already ended.
Opo. Okay, yung mga hindi, pwede na pong mag-leave lahat. Okay, si Ma'am Annalyn, si Sir Jaira, si Ma'am Jaira. Okay, pwede na po tayong mag-leave. Si Sir Reynante, Ma'am Maxima, Ma'am Rinali. Okay, pwede na po tayong mag-leave. Thank you so much.
Leave na tayo, ma'am.
Meron pa pong ilan pa po ito? 6.
Wala ka ng students dyan, ma'am.
Wala na po, wala na po.
Nakikinig po sila.
Si Ma'am, si Ma'am, na lang nandito. Pwede na po tayong mag-leave.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am Annalyn. Ma'am Annalyn, Ma'am Jaira, Ma'am Rinalyn. Pwede na po mag-leave. Ma'am Annalyn Andrade. Pwede na po tayo mag-leave. Thank you so much po, Ma'am Jaira. Okay, ma'am, pwede na tayong mag-leave, ma'am.
Okay po, ma'am. Good night. Congratulations.
Night po. Salamat po.
Congrats. Leave meeting na, anak. Leave meeting na.
Leave meeting na kayo.